Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to Prussiana Code. In this series, we are going to learn about Crud Operation, and I will post two videos in every week, and every video will cover a concept, and I hope that all the Crud Operation will be completed in 6 videos. So this series may have 6 or 7 videos. So let's start. In this video we will learn how to create a fresh Laravel project using Composer. Composer is a package manager for PHP. We can install different packages using Composer, and I assume that you have already installed Composer in your PC, as well as XAMPP server, which includes Mysql and also Apache server. And also I assume that you know that you are intermediate in CSS HTML, not expert, intermediate. It's enough in HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We are going to create an API using Laravel at the first step, and after that we will use that API to make requests and perform creation, retrieval, and updation and deletion on a table using the API. So in the first step, we will create a fresh Laravel project using Composer. I have opened the documentation of Laravel, which is a good source because it's official. So in installation page, there is a code that if we want to install a Laravel project globally, we have to copy this code, and after installing it globally by using this command, we can create a new Laravel project every time we need it. But if we want to create a Laravel project locally, not globally, we will use this command. But for simplicity, I will try to create a fresh Laravel project, and I will just copy this code and I will paste it in my terminal. And let's erase this version because it identifies the version that I want to be installed. So Control C, Control V, and I will erase. Oh, okay. Let's go to this section, and I will erase this. And in directory section, I will erase this. In this area, we have to put the name of the project. So new project is enough. If we execute this command, a new Laravel project will be created in this directory. For simplicity, or because it's time consuming, if I execute this, I have to wait for about 10 or 15 minutes. I have already created a new, fresh Laravel project which is in my desktop. So I will show you a simple trick. You have to, if you don't have any pre-created project of Laravel, you have to execute this command in a specific directory which you want. I mean, in your own directory as you wish, and you can create it in your desktop also. So after executing this, a fresh Laravel project like this will be created on a directory that you identified earlier. So after that, you can zip this folder, and after zipping that folder, I mean, you have to compress it, and after compression, you can use that compression in anywhere. I mean, whenever you wanted to create a new Laravel project, you can use that zip folder, and you will extract that zip folder, and a new Laravel project folder will be created for you. So because I have already created, so I'm going to open this project, and at the second step, I'm going to just show you the structure of Laravel, and after that we will talk about .env file, which is very important for connecting our database to our Laravel to the database. Okay, this is the structure, the file structure of Laravel project. I mean, whenever we create a new Laravel project, this we will have this structure usually in every project. So in here we have we will just have lots of stuff to do in the routes folder, config folder, which stores all the configuration of Laravel. We can just modify these files and make configurations and modify configurations. We have app folder, which stores the controllers and app HTTP controllers. All controllers will be stored in here. What is a controller? Controller is a Laravel works in an MVC approach, model view controller. Model is actually the table. Controller just controls the methods. I mean, all the methods that interacts with the model or with the table are stored inside the controller. Also we have routes. In routes folder we have two different files, API and web. And web, whenever we want to integrate the front end or whenever we want to develop the front end using Laravel, so we will define our routes in web file. And if we want to create API, so we have to define our routes in an API file. So in our case, because we are creating API, so I will create all the routes in the API files. So how Laravel actually works? Whenever the user sends a request to using HTTP request to the Laravel server, actually Laravel server, the first step, it just opens the routes, the API file. It checks if the routes exist, the route which the user wants to make request. If that route exists, then that route must point to a controller, and after that we will go to that controller which the route points at, and that controller will have all the methods that's important for creating, updating, and deleting the on the database. I mean, the controller will perform all these 5 functions or methods on the database. So in here, at the second step, we have to cover the .env file. .env file is the main file, and it all the configuration which is important for connection of the Laravel with the database is stored in the .env file. So in here we have to just change or modify this place which is selected by the cursor. DB connection is Mysql. In your case, if you are using a SQL server or anything else, you have to change it depending on your SQL software. DB host means from which address can I access MySQL. This is the address that I usually is used to access MySQL. Which port is MySQL is running on? By default is 3306, and which database we will use for this project. So before that, let's start XAMPP server and go to our local phpMyAdmin and create a physical database, and after that we will just use the name of that database inside our env file. So that will make us ready for doing CRUD operations. Let's wait. I'm clicking on phpMyAdmin, and the video should not go. So I'm clicking new. In new, we have to give a name for our database. So new project. Laravel new project project create, and I will copy this text and I will paste it inside my .edu file. So we are ready, and the video is finished. This was all. In the next video we will cover routes, and also we will speak about controllers, models. We will make some routes, and also if it was possible, we will we will also work on a post request. But the next video will not be more than 10 minutes. So I hope that we finish the Crud operation in 7 videos or 8 videos. This was all. Subscribe to our channel,